Hey friends, okay, so today's video, I'm gonna share with you 3 fall meals. These meals are amazing. They're pretty simple and easy to make. My children love them. They're very yummy and delicious, remind me of fall. Like they are just cozy and yummy and warm. Absolutely love this time of year. So I'm gonna share with you 3 recipes that I have, and these will all be up on my website. If you wanna check it out, I'll put the link down below, but they'll all be on my blog so you can easily print them out. One of the main reasons I got a website was so that you guys can print out recipes. I know you guys have asked me to do that before. How can I print these out? And a lot of these recipes I've just kind of made up myself, so I don't have like a link to share. If I have a link, I always share them, but this one I'm gonna have it all up on my website, so definitely go check it out. Put the link down below. Let's get into it. So this one is sausage rice casserole, and it is by far the coziest casserole that I make. My family absolutely loves this. Okay, so all you'll need is some browned up sausage. I already browned up my sausage. And then you need 2 celery stalks, 1 onion. I have a red onion, but actually white onion is better, or yellow onion is better. So you'll need some cream chicken, some soup, kind of thicken it up. And you can always make this. You don't have to buy a jar. It's much healthier to make it. This one's organic, so I think it's a little healthier, but I highly doubt it. So anyway, you'll need some chicken stock, you'll need some rice, got my rice here, and then some cheese, and that's all you need. It's very simple, it's so good. So you'll just wanna cut up 2 celery stalks, and you'll kind of wanna make them into really small pieces because you just wanna get a little hint in each bite. You don't want any like really big pieces, so you just kind of cut it up very easily. All right, so are you guys excited about fall? I love fall so much. What do you guys do? We already went apple picking with my family, and it was so fun. It is one of my favorite things to do with my family because we don't do it often, but once a year we go to the apple farm and they get to pick the apples, and it's so fun. If you're on my Instagram, you probably saw a ton of pictures because we don't get out too much. If we do, it's usually like outdoorsy things, and it's so fun. The kids had a blast. The place that we go to, they have like a little store, they have music, it is like a whole to-do. We did it a couple years ago, and it's so fun. I love finding places like that. We move like every 2 to 3 years, so it's so fun to find places like that, make memories with the kids. Highly recommend it. My kids just had a blast, like taking the apple off the tree, because we are big apple lovers here in our family, and so it was kind of fun to see them, see how apples grew, and talk about apples, and we got to have apple donuts, and it was so good. So anyway, we did that. That's one of our things that we usually do in the fall, is go to an apple orchard. I actually have some, oh, they're in that bowl. Still have some apples from the apple orchard, so we're still working on it, but we got a ton of apples. Like, oh, mom's gonna have to make some apple crisp next because before they go bad. We went kind of at the beginning of the season, so it was interesting how the trees were so packed. Like every tree had so many apples, because we've always kind of gone later on in the season, and we were blown away by how many apples. But it was good because we got to have the first pick, and we picked out some amazing apples. So so anyway, you'll cut up 1 onion, you'll cut up 2 stalks of celery, and then normally I'd brown the sausage, but I was making something with 2 things of sausage, so I just did it all at once. But pretty much what you'll usually do is you'll just brown this about halfway to where there's a little bit of pink, and then you'll add this, and it just all goes together so well. Okay, so you'll see how the onion and the celery kind of get a little translucent. When that happens, then you can just add your sausage at that point. Like I said, you would have done that earlier, but it works fine. You just kind of want to warm up the sausage at this point. So just kind of put it all together, and it smells amazing. Okay, so while the onion and celery is getting all translucent, what you'll do is you'll just pretty much kind of add most of the other things together. So what I have here is 2 cups of chicken stock, and then you'll take your can of, you can use either cream of chicken or cream of celery. There is celery in this, so it might actually taste a little bit better. but I only had cream of chicken. So that's what we're gonna use today. So just put that in, and then you kind of whisk it together to make it kind of creamy. And then you'll take your rice. So I have rice here, and you'll just add it right in here. And you'll just add 1 cup of rice. I love eating sausage in the fall. I feel like it is so warm and cozy. When I was thinking of doing cozy meals or fall meals, I thought, okay, what has sausage in it? Because that is my go-to. I absolutely love sausage in the fall time. And so you can take any kind of cheese that you want. Monterey Jack might be the best, or the pepper jack even might be good. I just sometimes just use what I have. And so what I have is Mexican. Hey, whatever works, right? I am not too picky when it comes to cheese. Some cheese I am picky about. Like I feel like Swiss cheese and mozzarella, you know, they have a very different flavor. Okay, so pretty much you'll have the sausage and everything, and you'll just put it right in here. It smells, I can't get over the smell. Love sausage in the fall. There's so many really good recipes. Do you guys know any good recipes of like fall sausage recipes? Please let me know down below. And if you guys make any of these, please tag me on Instagram. Let me know how it is. You guys have been loving a lot of my recipes, and I would love to like kind of share it with everybody. This is another really just crowd pleaser. Everybody seems to love this one. And then I have a casserole dish here that's gonna go in the oven, and you want it covered with tin foil really, really well. You wanna make sure that it all just stays in there. And pretty much you bake it at 350 for 1 hour. So easy. I love casseroles because I can kind of just make them and then like leave them and just let them be. And it just kind of seems to turn out perfect when I make these casseroles. So let me give you a look inside. You just kind of want to spread it all out evenly with the sausage, and then you'll just cover it, put it in the oven for 1 hour, and that's it. The next recipe that we're gonna do is white chili. I never had white chili growing up, actually. This is like kind of a new thing for me, and I have to say, I absolutely love it. Even though I didn't, like, there's no memory attached to it when I was a child, because we always had chili, you know, with red sauce. So this is white chili, so you have chicken in it, and it is really simple and really good. So this is one of my like go-to meals. Okay, so one of my tricks to having dinner super easy to make in a second, because sometimes that's what I need. So at the beginning of the week, I will roast 2 kind of medium-sized chickens, and that'll be my chicken for the whole week. I used to use crock pot. That's another great way to do it. Just at the beginning of the week, throw chicken and broth and let the crock pot do all the work, because then you can so easily just throw dinners together. Like, they're great. They're a time saver. I absolutely love them. I know that they're cooked all the way through. So this white chili recipe is one of those, like, I go to it all the time because it's so easy. It's so good. The children love it. And so I'm gonna make that for you. Okay, so pretty much what you'll need is just 1 onion all cut up, and you'll wanna saute that with some garlic. And then I already have all my chicken all ready. You need about 2, maybe 3 chicken breasts. Depends on how big your family is. Okay, so then you'll add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Baby beans are the best, but I only had pinto beans, so 2 cans. Diced green chilies, you want 4 ounce diced green chili. And then about 2 to 3 cups of broth. And then this is the secret ingredient. This is about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, adds just a little bit of sweetness.
To fly right to you, 'cause when I dive into the traffic, the echo of your voice is all I hear. I'm never tired of your laughing so far, but ever so near. So I lay my head to rest when the
Okay, so you just have it simmer for 20 minutes like that, really easy. If you like a little bit of a kick, you can add cayenne pepper. I would start with a half a teaspoon. My kids are too little and they just don't really enjoy the kick the way my husband and I do. So you can start with a half teaspoon and kind of add a little bit, see what you like. I'll just have it with like cornbread and I'll have it over white rice. This is a great recipe to like double batch. So I'll double batch where I'll make twice as much. I'll double the recipe and I'll make twice as much. And then during the whole week, like I will have this for my lunch because I love it so much. I love chili. I like white chili. I like regular traditional chili. I love chili. It just reminds me of fall and the coziness. So good one to double batch, or if you're looking for a meal to bring to a family, this is a great one too because it's pretty mild, but it still has that like that flair to it. It's really just delicious. Very simple, but good.
When the sun is rising, I'll start a brand new.
Okay, so the last recipe I have is called pumpkin crunch cake, and this is really good, super easy. I wait all year for this. In fact, my husband, I'm pretty sure this is his favorite dessert that I make. It is so amazingly good. I only make it once or twice a season because I will eat the whole thing. It is so delicious. And so I'm gonna get into it. It's kind of a dump cake, so you just kind of dump things in, you stir it, and then the crust of it is so easy. You just put like a cake mix on top with butter and pecans, and it's amazing. So the base of it is super easy. So you get 1 can of pumpkin, 1 cup of butter, 2 sticks. You'll need some pumpkin spice, pie spice, and then some salt, 4 eggs. So it's kind of a little fluffier. You'll need sugar, and then you'll also need evaporated milk. So that's pretty much what you want. I will put this in a printable as well down below. It'll be on my blog, so definitely check that out. Pretty much all of the wet ingredients, you just kind of add everything together. I always start with the eggs so that if I have shells, I can see them and take them out. So that's what I'm gonna do. It kind of doesn't matter what order you go with this, so just go ahead and put 4 eggs in here. As soon as you have the 4 eggs, I just always kind of mix them all together so they're all scrambled up in there. Once you know that there's no shells in there, very easy. Do you guys have like your favorite fall meals? I absolutely am a pumpkin spice person. I know some people do not love it. I love candles. I love everything pumpkin spice. It just reminds me of the fall, and I love everything about the fall. The crisp air, the start of school, like it just reminds me of my childhood in a way. Do you guys feel the same way? So I was brought up in Minnesota, and it was, yeah, like fall was huge because the colors, the trees changing colors, everything. I mean, it was amazing. I absolutely love Minnesota in the fall. That's probably my favorite time of the year. So you'll add the salt. You'll pretty much just add everything. So you'll even add the white sugar. Like I said, you'll just pretty much add everything except for these 3 ingredients. And the pumpkin spice. So you'll need 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. I don't know, the spice is just heavenly to me. And that's it. You just kind of mix it together, and it'll just kind of become really creamy. It'll be very watery, which is good. That's actually what you want. The eggs are gonna do their job in this, and they're just gonna kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit like custardy in a way, but on top it is crunchy like the recipe says. It's very crunchy, and if you don't like pecans, you don't have to add anything, or if you're allergic to nuts, it would still be really good. Okay, so I'll set that aside. And pretty much you need to kind of spray down your pan, just lightly butter it. And I just have this spray, so I use that pretty much anytime I have to spray down a pan. And you'll take this, like I said, it's really watery, so you'll just kind of want to be careful. Just kind of put it in there. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so I'll just set that aside, and pretty much I will just cut up my pecans because that is for the next thing. Don't feel like you need to add pecans, but it really does add a lot of really yummy flavor, and that's where the crunch comes from. If you're allergic to nuts, or your kids are, you can omit it. It will still be very good. So just don't put it in, but if you can handle it and you like pecans, I highly recommend it. So you take your cake mix, super easy. Any yellow cake mix will work great. So what you'll want to do is just kind of sprinkle it right on top, all dry, just like that. I think this is why they're called like a dump cake, but pretty much you just put it right on top. It didn't make sense to me when I first made this because I'm like, wait, what? I have to like put butter or something wet in there, right? Like it was so weird, but trust me, it turns out amazing. And then the next direction is to pat it down, kind of like this, and kind of do that. And then you take all your pecans and you just kind of evenly, and you could, this is where like if you know, maybe you have kids that are allergic or something like that, you can maybe do half the pan. You don't have to do the whole pan because you just sprinkle it on top. And then the next stage is you'll just drizzle the butter right over it. I wish I had 2 cameras because it's super easy. But pretty much you just drizzle it right over it. And what happens is, like, I don't know, when it cooks, it just does its thing. So you just try to get it evenly distributed. It's gonna kind of like pill up a little bit, but that's kind of normal and how it works. So anyway, so this is pretty much what you do. You put it in the oven for about an hour and then it comes out amazing. So I'll show you the end product.
Wondering if thousands of miles away the sky's just as blue. It's as if I'm stuck in yesterday.
All right, friends, so those are my 3 favorite fall recipes. I hope that you enjoy them. My family absolutely loves them, and I hope that your family will enjoy them too. Please definitely tag me on Instagram if you make these. Let me know what you think, if your family loves them as much as mine do. I hope they do. Definitely check out my website, my blog, all of that to get the actual recipe. You can print it out very easily. And until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.